Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Friday, September 19th. This is the Texan TV news from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas. I am Haley Dawson. Here are today's top stories. In campus news, Tarleton football will play Florida Tech at AT&T Stadium tomorrow at 5 p.m. After defeating conference rival West Texas A&M last Saturday, the Texans hope to continue the season with another win on their record. According to the Tarleton website, the Tarleton Office of Student Engagement will provide a spirit bus to the Lone Star Conference Football Festival at AT&T Stadium in Arlington on Saturday. Members of the Tarleton cheerleading team will be on the Spirit Bus. The Spirit Bus will leave at noon, allowing students to participate in the Tarleton Tailgate Party. Tickets are currently sold out for the bus. In Stephenville regional news, Autumn Owens from the Stephenville Empire-Tribune sat down with Carol McEnroe, an Erath County ranch owner who may have discovered a possible hand-dug Stone Age drinking well dating back to the 1950s. The McEnroe family recently inherited the family ranch and are looking forward to inviting an archaeologist to help date the well and several other artifacts discovered on the ranch. McEnroe and his father found an entire village on the ranch when he was about 10 years old. Coincidentally, the two discovered the well during a drought, McEnroe says, while searching for some form of drinking water for their cattle. His father, a cousin, and a family friend started to dig, and once they reached about 8 feet below the surface, the water became visible. McEnroe says when we returned the next day, that well was full of crystal clear cold running water. The family has since collected more than 25 monos, also known as Indian grinding stones, arrowheads, a hide scraper, and even a mammoth's tusk, which was donated to Tarleton State University by his father in the 1970s. McEnroe is taking great care in uncovering the hand-dug well and making sure not to damage the Stone Age well during its second exposure. And now today's Texas national and international news, reported from the Associated Press. In Texas news, Bastrop High School was evacuated and placed on lockdown Thursday morning after a fight broke out between two 15-year-old students in which one student was stabbed and sent to the hospital. Police Corporal Vicky Stefanik said the victim's injuries are not life-threatening and that the other student has been apprehended and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The actual cause of the fight is still unclear. The unnatural weather that has hit the U.S. has left considerable damage, especially in the form of flash floods. In Austin, a local sheriff's deputy has been presumed missing after the deputy's patrol car was found submerged by floodwaters. Travis County Sheriff's Office spokesperson Roger Wade said the deputy was checking low water crossings during storms Thursday morning. The deputy radioed around 2 a.m. saying her patrol vehicle was being washed away in an Austin subdivision. Austin Travis County EMS have been dealing with swift water rescues in the region and have not reported any injuries. The Austin area received 5 to 7 inches on Thursday. This rainfall is mainly remnants of the recent hurricane that has hit the southwest, Hurricane Odile. In national news, almost a year later, the case concerning the Boston bombing still has not been closed, and the suspect Dzhokhar Tsarnaev has yet to appear in court. According to Boston AP News, prosecutors and a man who was injured in the bombing want to see him in a courtroom. Tsarnaev is legally allowed to miss the pretrial hearings. His final hearing is set for November 3rd, and prosecutors say it would be smart for him to show even though he has the option. His lawyers have asked to delay the trial almost a year so they can continue to investigate. Assistant U.S. Attorney William Weinreb says the defense has had enough time to prepare and that he doesn't think that simply allowing more and more time will improve the jury's understanding of the case. In a town called Bell, 30 miles west of Gainesville, Florida, a 51-year-old man killed 6 of his grandchildren and his adult daughter Thursday. Then he took his own life. The children's ages ranged from 3 months to 10 years old. The man was identified was Don Spirit. The deputy who arrived on the scene was able to make contact with Spirit and says he was the only suspect and later committed suicide. In international news, on Thursday, as the United Kingdom held its breath, Scots embraced a momentous moment. A potential record of voters participated in an independent referendum, which could end the 307-year union with England. More than 4.2 million people, or 97% of the eligible, registered to vote. The question on the ballot stated, should Scotland be an independent country? The referendum has Scots divided, and many things are left uncertain, such as currency, status within the European Union and NATO, and the fate of unclear armed British submarines off a Scottish port. If the vote was yes, negotiations between Scottish leaders and London-based politicians would have taken 18 months before Scotland's planned Independence Day on March 24th, 2016. Financial consultant Michael McPhee, a no voter when asked about Scottish independence, said is the daftest idea I've ever heard. Luke Campbell, member of the Radical Independence movement, said, whatever happens, Scotland is going to be different. Friday morning, Scots voted to remain in the United Kingdom, and Scotland's pro-independence leader Alex Salmond resigned as the first minister and leader of the pro-independence party. Salmond said, for Scotland, the campaign is not over and the dream will never die. In sports, former Texas Rangers general manager Ron Washington has finally announced the main reason for his surprising resignation. The 62-year-old claims he left due to being unfaithful to his wife of 42 years. Without mentioning any details of his affairs, Washington apologized to his wife and the Rangers organization during a public statement on Thursday. It was the first time Washington has made a public appearance since his abrupt resignation 13 days ago. The National Football League has been hit with an onslaught of domestic violence cases in the past few weeks. Involved in these cases are big-time players like Adrian Peterson, Greg Hardy, and Ray Rice, and yet another player has just been charged with domestic violence. Jonathan Dwyer, running back for the Arizona Cardinals, has been arrested for aggravated assault and preventing a person from calling 911. In Tarleton sports, the Texan volleyball team takes on Texas A&M Kingsville today at 5 o'clock in the Texan Volleyball Gym and Wisdom Gym. Tarleton is currently 3-1 in conference play, and the Javelins are 1-1 in the Lone Star Conference. The Texans are currently ranked number 3 and Kingsville is right behind at number 4 in the LSC standings. Be sure to come out and pack the gym. The weather for today is a high of 86 degrees, partly cloudy, with a 40% chance of rain this afternoon. The forecast for Saturday is partly to mostly cloudy, scattered thunderstorms in the afternoon with a high of 87 degrees. This has been a production of Texan TV News, a product of the Texan News Service from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas. Tune in to Northland Cable Channel 9 on weekdays at 12:30 for each days for top stories, and Wednesdays at 1 for the week's top stories in Spanish. You can follow the Texan News Service on Facebook and Twitter, and check out our website at www.texannews.net for all of your latest local, state, national, and international news, as well as all of your entertainment and sports updates and the live stream of Texan TV News Today. Today's broadcast was produced by Caitlin Woods, Josh Duran, Leanne Flores, and Shelby Shaw. I am Haley Dawson. Have a wonderful weekend, Tarleton Texans.